let's start. Hi, this is Grace again, and some of you are requesting a guidance, a general life reading, okay? I still love doing this kind of readings, even though I do a lot of love readings. So hopefully this will help you. If you feel guided to click on this reading, I know there's a message here for you. If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, let it go. And yeah, this format that I'm using, this is a very straightforward format that I got from Chelsea Goodman. If you follow her too, on one of her posts, you know, as you are now, I'm gonna do 3-card reading as you are now, your current energy right now, the obstacles that you're facing, and the action to take. So for any information about my readings, it's on the description down below, and also look at the timestamps down below in the comments. I always pin that. And yeah, that's more of an up-to-date information. So yeah, thank you so much for the support, for watching this, for your time. Let's start. So card number 1 will be the magnifying glass here. Okay. Card number 2 is the compass, toy compass. Card number 3 is the key. Okay. So let's start. So hi people who picked this magnifying glass. This or the card number 1. So as I said, I will use the format that is inspired from Chelsea Goodman. So before I get into this card, I will do pick one card for each. Your current energy right now, the obstacle that you're facing, so the issue, and then advice, action to take, what action you should take. Okay, so put it there. As you are now, your current energy right now, into the woods. So we've got here stranger in a strange land, new experiences, feeling uncertain, transition zone. So it's either you're literally moved to a different land, different location, like you've traveled. And I traveled. I love traveling, but then I went to France, I went to Paris, and you know how it's quite a culture shock. I was so thankful I traveled with my mom and my brother, because I feel like I do want to go out. Like I'm just gonna stay on the Airbnb, because it's hard to communicate. Like I tried to learn a few French words, but actually being there and actually talking to people who speak French, and they know, and that you don't speak their language, and and some of them don't speak English, it's just like a shock to me. Like you go out on the street and people is speaking French or other languages, and you don't understand them. Like whereas here where I'm currently at, I currently live in London, so even though English is not my first language, I understand, obviously. Just the I don't know how to explain it, but it just feels comforting that you understand the language, the people talking around you. You don't feel intimidated ordering food. So I just felt that this culture shock basically. So whether you actually have traveled or you moved to a different place right now, I feel like even though it's not a language barrier, you probably are feeling this culture shock or some sort of a shock, okay? Which is causing some, this is acceptable, what I mean is understandable uncertainty. Like you don't want to go back where you were or who you are in the past, but at the same time, this new person that you're creating right now, you're not fully into it, like you're not 100% into it. So you're in this like feeling void. You're in this current the current energies and transition zone. So sometimes you will feel this void within you, or feeling kind of empty, like this is like in between, like you're on a zero zone. It feels like it's the Fool card and you already slipped into the unknown and you're currently free falling. If that makes sense. You're not fully on the ground yet, but you're free falling. So you're not where you came from or the comfort zone. You're not fully holding on to the comfort zone anymore because you've slowly letting it go. But at the same time, you also haven't transitioned yet to this new self or new chapter or new situation. You've not fully grounded yourself yet. You're not fully accustomed to it. Maybe this is a new relationship, a new business venture for some. Doesn't have to be, as I said, literal traveling, but that's the first thought that I got. So let's read what else is this about. And I'm gonna pick more cards about that. See what else I can get. This time for you to move beyond your shelter, to fly a little further from home, to take a chance and go into a place where you have felt uncomfortable. Things will feel strange and uncomfortable for a time, but you will grow and change and become stronger as a result. This fairy knows there are places she must walk through that are exposed and challenging. You might feel very exposed right now, very vulnerable right now. And that's understandable, as I said. But you know in yourself that there is no turning back. Okay? You've got this far. There's no turning back. Going back to you, as much as you want to go back to your comfort zone, there's nothing there anymore. Like, you cannot go back. Even if you literally like go back to your hometown, it's not gonna be the same anymore. Okay? What I realized from traveling also, you don't, after you've experienced what you've experienced, you've gone through what you've been on a different culture, you never came back. You never come back. You never come back as the same person. So even though you will try to come back, you will never come back as the same person. Even though this is only a short trip. And there will be great rewards and flowering of talents and skills as a result of this courage. So courage is very important right now for you. So let's see. Card clarifying this. So this is your current energy right now. And I understand that it can be quite challenging. Okay. There is Two of Cups, Page of Wands, Fortune Fairy here. I want to only pick one card, but spirits want to highlight a particular relationship, meeting of a soulmate. So if you haven't already met your soulmate, I feel like you will meet soulmate, not only a romantic soulmate. For some it is, but also like soulmate as in friends that will help you along the way. You don't have to do this on your own. You'll meet new friends, new people, as long as you're willing to try new things. Okay. So clarifier for this card, Into the Woods. Just one card. I got 2 cards. So anyway, we'll take this 4 of Pentacles. This is coming from this 4 of Pentacles. Maybe your finances have been affected, and yes, that could have happened. That's not it's not avoidable. You cannot avoid it, obviously, if you're taking a risk. So to me, 4 Pentacles represent your stability, your comfort zone, foundation, stability, and it's currently in reverse. So not grounded. And this is you learning to let go also. But then we have here the Ace of Swords. So you are being asked, maybe your current energy right now is all about using your logical mind and expressing yourself, being more authentic with yourself. Okay, authenticity is what's coming for me here with the current energy. So this is what authenticity feels like. You might feel vulnerable right now, but that's what it feels like, and that's normal. Okay, don't worry. Let's see what obstacles you're currently facing. Glimpse. So I got the glimpse in reverse. Let's see. Indigo, rainbow, crystal, children, and beyond. Obstacle that you're facing is that you might be finding it hard to express yourself, as much as you want to be authentic, and you're slowly becoming more authentic within yourself. I feel like this is following your intuition with the purple in this card here. Although you feel a bit shocked and a bit like uncertain, you still want to kind of remain hidden because you're afraid if you will be accepted in this new field that you're in. If this is like a new job, a new relationship, a new place, you are afraid if you should trust, afraid to show fully who you truly are. You don't want to show fully your skills and talents and abilities right away. I'm hearing for some, I don't want to appear as a show off. So let's see, maybe you want it to happen gradually. Because to me, this is talents and gifts. You're very talented. You're a very gifted person, especially with the indigo, rainbow, crystal, children here. And maybe you've not always felt accepted. Maybe from where you're coming from, you were not accepted. From that particular relationship, that particular place, you weren't accepted. And you're currently testing the waters right now. And just, will you be accepted in this new place, new situation? Okay, you kind of want to adapt, and it's important to adapt, especially if, for example, I'm using as an example that new culture. It's important to adapt, but you might be overly trying to normalize yourself, as in trying to fit in. Like, it's okay to adapt, but if you do it too much, as in fitting in, it's like, it just feels like, because you don't want to stand out, or you're afraid to stand out, at least not yet, not at this time. It's like you need to still be unique, be who you are, express your true self, which might not seem normal, but that's a real you, because you're limiting yourself. You might be limiting yourself in your soul. You won't feel happy if you feel that way. So there's a refusal to accept the changes, that people are changing, situations are changing, and that you are part of this change. So maybe you're refusing to accept this transition period. As I was just saying, you need to think outside of the box. You don't have to compartmentalize yourself as a way of trying to fit in. Is that even... I'm just trying to say, I don't know if I use the right term, compartmentalize, but what I'm trying to say is that you don't need to cage yourself in the box. You need to think outside of the box, if that makes sense. So, finding it difficult to accept that you have a part to play in the change taking place on the planet at this time. Conforming, trying to fit in. Oh gosh, it's here. Being able to be manipulated due to fear and guilt. Accepting harsh punishment because you are strange. Accepting a medical diagnosis of your abilities. Smothering your abilities may lead to growing feelings of frustration, fear, and anger. You might be currently feeling these emotions right now: frustration, fear, and anger. And this is the cause of that. So the advice is that you need exercise, you need organic foods, in empathic, like-minded souls in order to fully flourish. So I don't know if you're into organic foods, but it's good for you. It's supposed to be good for you, but you know what's good for your body, basically. Anyway, so let's see. So this is the obstacle that you're facing. It's smothering your abilities and yourself. Clarifier on this. Kind of see the King of Cups wanting to come out, which is all about feelings and balancing your emotional, the emotional aspect of yourself, balancing your emotions. But let's see what will come out. I did see it through the World card, which indicates to me travel. Also the Empress, which is about empowering yourself. So just one card. The card wants to come out, but it's not coming off. And now it did. Okay. So we have here the Knight of Cups. Finally, I got the card. So, clarifier card is a Knight of Cups. Usually the Knight of Cups is about an offer of love. But in this situation, I'm just feeling there's a lack of love, a lack of feeling love. So it's like, how are you gonna be able to pursue something, have a passion on something, offer love, offer service, offer your service, if you don't have that, if you have this lack of love within yourself? Sometimes I feel that this way. That's why I don't upload videos for a few days, because how can I offer advice although offering advice and doing these videos is very therapeutic for me in my own challenges, in my own life challenges, sometimes I just need to focus on me, focus on embodying that love within me, so that I am able to do this service properly. Because if not, it will feel like draining. It will feel like forcing this. It will feel like I'm forcing the energy out of me, and it will feel like draining if I force myself into doing this when I don't feel like it. If that makes sense. So the current energy right now for you, the obstacle that you're facing is, how do you have the motivation to do something, to offer your service, to work, if you haven't really truly actually work within yourself. So there's a lack of love within the self here. You need to fill your own cup before you offer this cup with the Knight of Cups. So take it however it resonates in your situation. Next card is the action to take. What's the action to take? Just one card, please. An action to take. So this is what you're going through right now. This is your current energy. What's the action that you should take? Advice for you. Once was innocent in reverse. So we got the card once was innocent. Knowledge means change. Again, this card is saying you cannot go back to the old self, to the old you. It's long gone, but that's okay. You're transforming and you're changing, and you have a new perspective now because of what you learned and what you experienced, and you will continue to learn and you will continue to experience things. You cannot unsee the things that you've seen. You cannot unknow the things that you know already. Sometimes we are in this quest of like trying to know everything, but then once we know certain things, we're like, oh no, I shouldn't have. Like why did I have to know that certain fact? Now I cannot look at it the same way. I cannot, you cannot turn a blind eye anymore. Like for example, like with the food processing, how foods are being processed, and then people become vegan because of that, and like they see how the meat is being processed and all that. Those certain things that you cannot unsee things anymore. Like for example, you like clothes and you're into the fashion industry, and now you watch this documentary about how the fashion is the flaws in the fashion industry, how they use like children, they exploit children, and they don't really pay the factory people properly. And now you cannot unsee those, you cannot unknow those certain things. So those are just an example, but so the action to take for you is to just be. Yeah, I know you watch this whole reading of like 20 minutes or so, and only to hear that you don't need to really do much. You just need to embody yourself, who you truly are, on a magical level. Because it's saying here, if you're courageous, which I got from this card here, the courage that you're feeling right now, the transition period, if you're courageous, you can now become who you truly are on a magical level. When you accept, it's all about acceptance, accepting what is happening for you right now in your situation. When you accept this part of who you are and accept that this magic you have experienced is natural and good, you will grow stronger, more fearless, more calm, more effective, and you will draw to you the people who can echo back to you these truths you have found. Okay? Currently, what I'm getting is that you have been in denial what you have seen, what you have heard, what you have experienced. Okay? Maybe you're telling yourself you are awakening and you are opening up your gifts, and you're telling yourself, oh, maybe I'm delusional, maybe this is only imagination and I'm only dreaming, that you're mad and you need medication. Okay, maybe you've been diagnosed that you have some mental health issue or something like that. That perhaps you're mad and you need medication to stop the visions and the joyful connections that you feel. Okay, and you want to stay hidden. There's a sense here that you want to stay hidden, or others will find you mad and seek to shun you, or worse, put you away somewhere where you can no longer be heard. You're not foolish nor childish, nor are you delusional or ill. You are in tune with the truth of the magical world now, and you have seen. You need not proclaim this to all. You don't need to announce to everyone what you're doing. You don't need to explain to yourself. Okay? Some people will understand, some people will not understand, and that's okay. Some people won't understand you, but they'll still accept you. And those people you should keep. And then some people, you will find your tribe that, will understand you, what you're going through, because they're going through the same thing. And you will feel at home and you will feel accepted. So you are in tune with the truth of the magical world now, and you have seen. You need not proclaim this to all, but to deny it is to push away the truth, because you fear no longer being ordinary, which you are very far from being. So another card, clarification card for Once Was Innocent. Seven of Wands in reverse. I know you're trying to ground yourself. I know you're trying to find your comfort zone again and adapt. And that's okay. But also, as much as you grow your roots deep down, as much as you grow your roots downwards, hopefully you grow your roots, you grow upwards too, your branches upwards too, and connect more with divine. Okay, so connect more with your higher self and your own inner guidance. So that's the action. You should trust yourself. Okay, first and foremost, trust yourself. So that is your reading. I hope you got something out of this. Again, for readings, information on my readings, you can email me. My email is on the description box. Thank you so much for watching and connecting with me. I love you. And for information on free readings and offers, check out the timestamps below also. Bye. I just realized I ended this very early, this card, and I didn't reveal this card. So here you go, Spirit of Place. So for some of you, if you're still watching, if you continued watching, even I already ended the card number 1. This is the reading, okay? So Spirit of Place is the advice for you. So to me, this card is all about, with the butterfly here, as I said, with your current transition right now. And I'm just getting the vibes of autumn here, where the leaves are falling and you feel like a tree with your branches, and it's like you're too exposed right now. The tree in the autumn, when the leaves fall and the overexposed trees. So that's where you're currently at right now. So authenticity is the essence of power. When the spirit of place arrives in your reading, it says that the answer to your query is in the overarching theme of your circumstances. Is your question about a struggle? The answer is to relax and let go of your need to control the situation. If your inquiry relates to finding love, then embody love rather than long for it. Once you find the essential truth that underlies your question and then name it, you'll discover the answer you've been seeking. Your greatest power is in your authenticity. So hopefully, yeah. I don't know. I feel like my cousin is just having fun, so apologize for that. Anyway, if you hear her, that's the end of your reading, pile number 1. Thank you for watching again. So for people who picked card number 2 or this compass here, this is your reading. So I'll read this later. Hopefully I remember it. So let's start. As I said, I'm gonna use in the format that I'm gonna use here is as you are now, the obstacle you're facing, and the action to take. Okay. That is inspired by Chelsea Goodman. She's also has a YouTube channel and a tarot reader also. So card 1, we have your fairy wishing well. Someone been manifesting. Someone's been taking their chances, wishing, imagining and wishing. Your current energy right now is all about the planning, the imagining and the wishing, hoping for the opportunity to come. Yeah. So yeah, as I said, I haven't read this, but I was already saying manifestation, expectations, and offerings. So you trying to put your faith into something, hoping it will work, this venture, whatever this is, love, business, career, financial. But you're investing into this. So you're hoping that there will be a good return of investment, of whether it's feelings or actually money. Okay? Or even time and effort is also an investment. So funny how I'm just watching readings, not really readings, but videos about, you know, how to invest. I'm still trying to learn those, and it really interests me. I don't know if it's because my life path number is 8. Let me know what your life path number in the comments down below. It'll be interesting. But for me it's 8. So 8, from what I've known and from what I've read, it's all about the entrepreneurial and business and all that. So about money and being successful. So working hard for that. So maybe that's why I feel guided to do that, to learn that. Maybe you're currently learning that too. Maybe that's why I mentioned. But maybe you could look into that also. Maybe that's your next step. But let's read this card. Fairy wishing well. Is this, I'm hearing someone saying, is this going to turn into a reality, or I'm just wishing? For something that's not gonna happen. So yeah, it's something to do with money for most of you, because money is being mentioned here in the book. So I'm gonna read it. This card is the card which demonstrates we have mastered the making of money in some respects. We have learned of its ability to affect family prestige and standing. We have allowed it to come into our life, and we have seen some of the impact it can have. So this is your current energy right now. Maybe money mindset. But we have learned to allow it to flow like the waters of the well, and to trust that all our needs are divinely taken care of. But to trust that all our needs are divinely taken care of, this card, while showing us that creating with money is definitely something we are working at mastering, reminds us we may get caught up in that process and forget to an extent about the source. Sometimes I get too caught up with, like, you know, how much do I need to save, making money, I need to be saving, all this, all that, how much money am I earning. I get too caught up with that in the process that I just start having this lack mentality, like, am I gonna have enough, am I gonna be stable, and all that. I start to worry about the future, and I just have start to believe that everything, and I start to say this mantra that everything, all of my needs will be taken care of, and I just need to trust, and I am safe. I just need to trust in the process. So yeah, so you may tend to forget to an extent about the source, which is ourselves and our connection with God. It's the magic circle of your coin ignited spiritually as well as materially. What is it that you are creating with your prosperity? Ponder these questions without judgment and love being connected to both the source and the outcome. Okay, sometimes we worrying so much about the outcome. So let's see what's the card clarifying this additional message on this one. One card, please. Yeah, got one card. It's the Nine of Swords. Okay, so much thinking leads to this Nine of Swords energy, which is anxiety. And when we reach this point, which I do too, I do reach this point too. I won't say sometimes, but most of the times, we become out of balance, and we've got wisdom, but the wisdom is just there, okay? And it's just with this energy, there's so much. Like, you've got wisdom, you've got the talents and abilities to be able to make whatever it is to make it happen, your goal. But there is so much unnecessary worry. Obviously, when you're planning, for example, I'm gonna use like what's happening with me and my friend. If you're watching this, I'm using you as an example, yes. So, that's for my friend anyway. So my best friend and I is planning to have a partnership, okay, a business partnership, and she's already planning this business. She's quite knowledgeable about this business already. She had some experience, but it's all about her trusting herself and trusting her own abilities. That's the problem. And also, so there are some worries that she have, which is where is she gonna get the capital for the business. So those are worries that are understandable, okay, that is normal. But she also have this, she's all over the place because she have this unnecessary worries, which is something to do with what because it's that business that we're doing is continuing the business that's it's like a family business that they've had with his dad, but now she's wanting to with her dad, but now she's wanting to take it solo, okay, and have a partnership with me. So now she's thinking about all these unnecessary worries of like, okay, so registering this big business, the taxes, and like, what will my dad say, what will my brother say, what will the family say. She haven't even communicated to them properly about this, and she's already worrying about it. Like, to me, those are unnecessary worries. So it's a mixture of like worries, like acceptable worries, acceptable issues or problems that needs to be planned, but there's also unnecessary worries of what is this person gonna think, how is this person gonna react, that is totally out of our control. So that's just what I'm trying to say here. It's so my advice to her is that to sort all her worries, or maybe write it down, sort it out, sort it in a way that, you know, you listed all of your worries, so that she will be able to ground herself and center herself and really find solutions in the problem. Find solutions for the problem. That's what I'm trying to say. Instead of being up in the air and worrying. Okay? Because sometimes there's those unnecessary worries that you really don't need to worry so much. Maybe sometimes what she's worrying about is she's thinking so much ahead of time. There are steps in the process of like making that business happen, registering it first. So I just want for us to focus first on the first step, which is registering the business. But she's already worrying about, okay, so how are we gonna get the clients that we need? So thinking too far ahead is also not helping. Although it's important to have a plan, but there's this thinking too far ahead. There's so much shouting. I apologize. I cannot control them. My cousins downstairs. They're having fun. They're playing. So hopefully you understand. So anyway, let's what's the obstacle that you're facing? Let's continue this reading. And also they currently don't have school at the moment, so that's why. The obstacle that you're facing. We've got your dark moon. Okay. I was supposed to get this card, one of this card here. I feel like okay. Maybe there's someone or some people toxic within your environment. Very opinionated people. That, you know, when I talk about this very opinionated people, it just feels like it feels like they know all about you and they criticize you, maybe for some of them with good intentions, as they say, but sometimes it's toxic. It's like it's very intrusive. Like, it's not their life. It just feels like they know your life more than you do, which is obviously false. Maybe there's you're struggling with those kind of people, and that's an obstacle. And you don't always have to listen, okay? You can always filter those people out. So the struggle for you, I have here number 6. It's all about just balancing, okay? It just feels dark right now. You cannot find clarity. What should you do? You give it time. You need to give it time. Don't force it. Don't force certain people, okay? Obviously, if you want to communicate and they won't communicate back to you, and you want to fix the problem and any disagreements, obviously you cannot control that. So we have your maturation, growing up, introspection, knowing thyself. So in these dark times, it's all about going within you. You cannot find the answers around you, in the environment around you, but within you. So introspection and knowing yourself is this is the knowing who you truly are. When you know yourself, you trust yourself, and you feel confident about your decisions and your actions, and you don't feel like with this Nine of Swords energy you're feeling all over the place. Okay, but this is all part of the process. Sometimes we get this, like, it's like hitting a wall. Okay, you've already manifested this, you had your plans, you did your actions that you feel like you need to do, so you started something, and now you hit a wall, you hit a brick wall. So what do you do now? And this is where you need to go within, okay, to find other paths, other solution, to open other doors. I'm sure there's other doors, or you need to go, you need to not push the wall because it's not gonna yield anything, but instead find a way around this issue, this problem, this wall. Okay, maybe there's a door, but since it's dark, you're not seeing the door. Okay, so, or even a window. Okay, so I'm gonna read this card, Dark Moon. Interestingly, this can be interpreted as a menopausal card for women, or one of seeming bad news, bringing about change. As their moon times move to darkening, it is a time for understanding the frailties of the self and understanding the wisdom your years on this earth have taught you. You've got the wisdom. As I told you, you've got the wisdom. You just got to learn how to implement it. It's like you've got this key, okay? So maybe with the compasses here, just finding some sort of direction, which way to go, okay? It's like what I'm picturing in my mind is like there's a certain key that you need, so that will open the door to the solution to your problem, but it's inside a pile of different keys or a pile of garbage. It's like it's mixed inside, so you need to sort out your mind, all the negativity in your mind, whatever toxic, whatever not serving you, to get rid of those, clean up, organize your mind, and then you're gonna find that key, that particular key that will open the solution to your problem. Okay, so let's see. Clarification for this card. Okay, we have here shadow dance. Okay, I mean, this is double shadow. We already have with the dark moon, which is like shadow of the moon and all that. Now we have your shadow dance. I did get the menopausal card here, so maybe for some of you worried about, you know, literally as how do you're reaching your menopausal years, and you still, maybe you want to have you have children, or in the future, or right now you're having problems regarding that. That's for some specific people. Okay, shadow dance. This is a devil card. So to me, this is all about facing your darkness, not being afraid to face your darkness, because that's where the key is. I just feel like to me the shadow dance or the devil card can also represent obsession. So this is remembering why you're doing what you are doing. Why do you feel guided to do this particular business, to do this particular thing, whatever this is? I always use business because I resonate with that most, but it could be anything. So why did you want this person in the first place? Why did you want this particular thing in the first place? What's the reason you feel so attracted to do this certain thing? You could do a million of other different things, but you chosen this particular job, career, business, person. So remember that. Remember the reason why, and that will ignite the spark again, and that will hopefully help you light up, find light within this darkness. So what action should you take? If you're still confused about action to take, if there's any action right now that you should take, what is it? What is it? Crystal magic. Maybe work with your crystals, literally. As I have my crystals there. Anyway, creation, dawn, the beginning. Create. This is a spark of creativity. This is the start of something new. This is all about creation. Create. If you cannot find that freaking door, you start making that door. Okay? If you cannot find that way out, you start building that way out. That solution. Okay? If you cannot find the opportunity is not being offered to you, you start creating that opportunity. That's the solution here. So, wow. Okay. Let's see. Let's read this card. What else is the message? Creating your own world. The end of chaos. So, we're currently feeling chaotic right now here. You got freedom to choose. Okay? Maybe you've been so used to people choosing for you, but you've got freedom to choose. Now, maybe for some of you, you're not used to making decisions because people always making decisions for you. But the good thing about this is now you're ready to make the decision for yourself. You don't let other people make the decision for yourself, for your life, for you, because who's gonna deal with the consequences? You, okay? Not them. So singing your own song, freedom of movement, grace and meaningful activity, beginnings to new ventures that are divine, the ability to heal or amplify energy crystals, working with true energy, dance and movement to express yourself. Maybe as simple as dancing. Sometimes if you don't have I feel like this is the advice that someone gave me. If you have a creative block, you need to listen to music and dance as if you are alone, or for example you're alone and you're dancing, and when you dance you raise your vibration, you have that happy energy, you raise your vibration and you start to feel inspired again, and then you find that spark again and you find solutions in your problems. Total bliss in being, no guilt. So whatever that is for you, if it's not dancing, so we have the moon. Okay, we already have the dark moon here, and we have the moon. Be okay with the unknown. Some things will be unknown for you in your path, but that's okay. You don't have to know everything right now. As long as you keep going, the next door will open for you. That's what I'm getting here also. That's the action to take. Be okay with the unknown. Be fine with the unknown. Start creating. Okay? So that is your reading. Before I forgot, almost forgot again. The advice for you is the bone collector in reverse. Okay, you're almost there on the one here, on the creation, the beginning. This is the one card, bone collector. So I'm gonna read this. The card, this card in reverse. So I don't know if you've seen that, if I hold it up properly, but here's the card. Anyway, I love using this Enchanted Map Oracle. I really vibe with this card, so if you see this many times in this reading, that's the reason. So you are whole and have everything you need within you. So as I said, you have everything you need within you, not outside of you. Don't look for the answers outside of you. The past has a way of repeating itself when you haven't learned the lesson inherent in the original situation. You're faced with this now. The Bone Collector is here to challenge you to see yourself as a whole being and not one who is perpetually trying to heal an old wound. You'll repeat the past if you don't reclaim the things you believe were lost. The information you seek lies in your history. Familiarity in this case isn't an invitation to dance the old dance once again. Oh my gosh, there's a reference again about dancing. Instead, it is a call to retreat and choose differently. So don't dance the old dance again. Retreat and choose differently this time. The Bone Collector has a message. If you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Okay, if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Her warning is delivered with kindness, for she has deep love and respect for you. She will protect you. So I feel like this is ancestors energy protecting you. So being protected with this, your ancestor, that's the message. Okay, so thank you so much for connecting with me, for watching this reading. I hope you got something out of this. For information about how to book a reading with me, it's in the description box and also on the timestamps in the comments down below. Also information about free readings and all that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and bye. Let's start. People who pick card number 3 or this key, this is your reading. So we'll put this key right here and then we'll start with the cards here first before I do this card, which hopefully I will remember to read this card. Anyway, the format that I'm using in this reading is, first is you're tapping into your current energy right now. Obviously you'll know if this reading is for you, if that will resonate for you. Obviously if it doesn't, you don't have to keep watching. You can choose another card or another reading, another pick a card reading. So as you are now, your current energy right now, the next is what obstacle you're currently facing. The next is what action you should take right now. If there's one action you could take right now, what it is. So the solution, advice. Okay, so this is inspired by Chelsea Goodman. She's another tarot reader that so let's start. As you are now, your current energy right now, cry for nature in reverse. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm getting from this card energy that you are just drained, depleted, and it's like I'm over. I'm done. I'm not really I'm over. I'm done. Okay, I'm just getting this energy of like I'm done. Mourning for something sacred which seems lost. Maybe you lost something, you lost a person, you lost someone close to you, literally, or you just lost something. So, but maybe at the worst case scenario is that you lost yourself. That's the energy I'm getting here, which is kind of depressing, to be honest. But we all go through this energy of like being in the rock bottom. But then the thing with being in the rock bottom is that you cannot sink any further. You're already in the rock bottom, so the only way is up. Take your time to heal. Okay, don't force yourself to do anything. I've read from Rainbow Harmony, she said something about, you know, depressed. When you're depressed, it means deep rest. So you take all the necessary all the needed rest that you, if you need to rest, take all that time to heal and to rest. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so Let's see. What else is this about? Cry for nature. Because literally, it's like whatever it's a situation. Maybe it's a loss of a job for some. It's a situation that you've always been used to. It's a way of living, a lifestyle, a person, situation, a relationship that you've always been used to, and you've lost that. So the tree has been cut, so that certain grounding or comfort zone is not there, so you feel uncomfortable, you feel kind of lost. It's like a part of you has been lost, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm getting with that card. So in this card's case, the sadness may have been fueled a feeling of nihilism, one which many young people can experience, making them feel alienated. I actually need to Google that word. Nihilism. One which many young people can experience, making them feel alienated, angry, and can lead to self-harming activities. So I don't want to trigger anyone, but maybe that's what you're currently feeling right now. So these young ones need to engage in meaningful activism to overcome their despair at the greed and lies that they can clearly sense all around them. Maybe someone lied to you, manipulated you, and you feel victimized and abused. And they also need good food, plenty of physical activity, and must be cautious of being medicated out of their activism. You know, usually those people who goes through certain abuse or been abused, you can turn that, maybe not right now, but you can start to turn that into something, as in like you're a survivor, and now your purpose is about helping other people who's going through the same kind of abuse from other people. Okay, but hopefully you find that you how to be able to do that for yourself. If left without purpose, these young beings can find themselves lost with the belief that all people are untrustworthy, greedy, and materialistic. They must take action, become informed, be well, and raise their warrior voices to make meaningful changes that will help support this beautiful planet and all of her beings. So there's a reason why this happened to you. You might be asking, why me? Why this has to be me? Why do I have to experience this? But you will know the reason why this happened to you, and you're a part of something. Okay, and you still have a purpose. You're not unworthy, because I'm seeing someone saying, no, I'm hearing someone saying I'm worthless. No, that's not true. It's lies. That's a lie. Okay, that's your current energy right now. Let's see the card clarifying that. The young ones, there's the card here, the book is talking about the young one, even though you're not a young one anymore. I feel like that indicates maturity. So the more you experience things, the more you mature. So you're currently, growing, maturing, being stronger right now. Yeah, finding that confidence, that self-esteem back again, taking action, anything, just to keep yourself moving is what, there is still this fire burning within your soul. However cringe that may sound, there's still this fire burning within your soul. I mean, and you gotta tap into this. Okay, as much as this is your current energy of like despair, you still have this energy of like King of Wands. You are a leader. You're meant to inspire people. Okay, maybe it's hard to find inspiration right now within your life, but you're meant to inspire other people. But you gotta obviously find that inspiration within yourself first, that light within yourself. Tap into that. Now, the obstacles that you're facing. The obstacle that you're facing. What's the card for that? Snail's pace. Okay. Might feel that everything is happening right now at a very, very, very slow pace. So, slow down. The energy is slow down. There's, I don't know why, but the wings are this fairies represented in the cards here, from the crier for nature and this snail space, are both like they're stooping. Is that the word? Like they're close to the ground, down, feeling down. And as I said, if you feel tired, rest. Groundings. This is all about grounding. You need to ground yourself. You're currently slowly grounding yourself. I'm hearing recalibrating your route. Okay, maybe you already had expectations, because what's painful is that you had these expectations and it didn't happen. Okay, because you lost this certain person, this certain opportunity or whatever, and it feels like you're recalibrating your life and you need to start all over again. Listen for the heartbeat of the earth, subtle energies. So that's an obstacle here. Let's read this card. The fairies can see beneath the shell you present to others, and they know too that you doubt your own impact and influence. Yeah, you might start to doubt yourself now. But they look upon you tenderly, and they wish for you to take this time to slow down, find your own pace and place in the world, and to go your own way. This fairy's appearance signifies oh so strongly that it is time for you to find the path that is your own. While others may see you as lazy, or even slow and a little foolish, that is none of your business. I just remember my mom kept telling me like, oh, why are you so lazy? You're staying indoors. You're always staying at home. You're always staying indoors. You're not doing anything. But I just feel like I have to rest. And for me personally, I just don't believe in the working, because my parents believe in our culture of like working, in the Asian culture of like working hard, keep working, no day offs. And I don't believe in that. If I am able to earn the same money through like part-time job and part-time creating business, part-time business, why would I need to get a regular job like everyone telling me I shouldn't do this? And I just don't want to feel stuck in the rat race. So maybe you feel that way too. That's why I felt like sharing that. But yeah, while others may see you as lazy or even slow and a little foolish, that is none of your business. It is time to slow down and to check your pace and to find the rhythm that feels best to you. And know that you have a fairy guardian watching over you, happy to see you moving into your own energy, time and space. You can be lonely at times and need to be aware of your surroundings. Your hard shell protects a sweet and soft being. Maybe you're being hardened by this situation, by this experience. You leave behind silvery beauty, an energy stream that is discernible discernible to those who are sensitive, as are you. So you're a very sensitive person also. At the time that I'm doing this reading is the month of Pisces, so that sensitivity makes sense. But obviously my readings are timeless whenever you watch this reading. So we have your Eight of Wands. I mean, this card is about communication and movement. But as long as you're moving, even if you're moving at your own pace and slow, as long as there's movement, there's progress, don't worry, okay? You don't need to worry. Maybe it's hard for you right now to fully express yourself. You have this hard shell. For the time being, if that makes you comfortable, it's okay to have that hard shell, okay? But you should not have that forever. Obviously, there will come a time where you need to come out of that shell. For right now, if you need to be inside that shell, that's fine, okay? So there's nothing wrong with you. What's the action that you should take right now then? So what's the action that you should be taking right now? Focus is also the word that I'm getting for this Eight of Wands card. Don't force it. Portals to Faery. Maybe it's hard for you to focus. Portals to Faery, Wheel of the Year, Galactic and Gaian entry points. So this reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune card. The turning of the wheel. Again, if you look at this fairy here, this one and this one, they're all just slouching. Is it even slouching? But like on the ground, stooping down. Like it feels like, to me, I'm imagining someone in the couch just lying around like that. And that's okay, if you're in this position, or even this position, like resting, recalibrating yourself. As I said, I mean, we have your door, and then we have your key. So, hint with the key and the door here. I feel like you will soon find that door, and it's like the turning of the wheel. There's winter months, there's some summer months, and spring and autumn. And right now you're currently in the winter, and that's why you currently feel down right now. But especially also with the current Mercury retrograde. I don't know if you're watching this reading when I'm uploading it, but during this time you just don't feel like doing anything, and that's okay as long as you don't stay in that energy forever. You don't need to force yourself. You don't need to be frustrated with yourself if you're not doing anything and not having any progress. You're currently in the winter. Soon you have spring, okay, and then summer. So turning it off the wheel with that. So let's see what this card is saying. You are about to pass through a potential doorway of time. So what the action for you to take? You are about to pass through a potential doorway of time. Thus, you will soon have access to other dimensions and realities, including that of the fairy. It is time to consider becoming a walker between the worlds, to draw back the veil and to part the mist. I'm imagining here, like, I'm seeing someone that's like astral traveling. Maybe for some of you, that will be the case. So, to do so will bring healing, change, and powerful magics into your current reality. This is like discovering your spiritual side of yourself. You're not doing anything right now because you meant to build upon or meant to have an awakening or growth in your spiritual side of yourself. So, you know, when you're lying around, it's all about, you know, reflecting and meditating, and maybe even astral traveling. To do so will bring healing to you, change, and powerful magics into your current reality. Ask the green man and the fairy maiden for permission to enter and make an offering. Then prepare for deep, beautiful, abiding change. Please. Okay. Push ever so gently, then she will open. Wow. Okay. You gotta wait for the right time. I'm also getting here divine timing. An action to take is to wait for the divine timing. 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups, the energy that's not serving you anymore, which means walking away from things, situation, energies that is not serving you anymore. Cycle those out. You meant to heal right now. You're healing these things, and you meant to cycle through these things that is not, this thinking mentality that's not working for you anymore. That's the action that you need to take right now to reflect on that. So that is your reading. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. I'm grateful for you. I love you. And if you want to book a personal reading, my email is on the description box, and for any information about offerings and free readings, it's on the timestamps and also in the description box. In timestamps in the comments down below. So okay, bye. Thank you.